try to cover few things before that. So let's start with the Mangacharan. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kalamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Udapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakamitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shanyavadi Pashat Deshatarine Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Krapatam Ham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Parmananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tatsat Hare Krishna. So welcome once again, the devotees. Thank you for joining Mataji's and Prabhuji's. So today, it's very auspicious day and very great opportunity for all of us. We are going to start Srimad Bhagavatam discussion in our Bhakti Vriksha sessions. So for just before starting Srimad Bhagavatam, generally we recite this Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya 3 times, and then there are set of shlokas from Bhagavatam only that we recite, and then when we will come to the shloka verses of chapter 1, right, Canto 1, chapter 1. So we'll repeat also, we'll understand the particular meaning, and then it's like everyone also repeat, and then everyone, whoever would like to recite that shloka, that also will facilitate, right? So that will be very good to understand the shloka also, and then translation and purport will read. So, but before that, there are few preliminary things also: dedication, preface, and introduction in the Bhagavatam. So that also we will cover. So our idea is to understand Bhagavatam from first page itself. Right? So that's the idea. Okay. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiryate Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. So these are the shlokas from Bhagavatam only. It will come, and definitely I'll share so that I understand and memorize these. So I'll just give little brief prerequisites also for Bhagavatam, and then little bit about means what is the Bhagavad-Gita. First of all, we should understand, and why it is said for progressing in bhakti, as we have in our material education. We are doing first starting from KG, right, nursery, whatever, right, first, second, third, and then so will come to slowly, right? On certain levels. So basically, this then we go to the graduation, right? So graduation, basically Bhagavad Gita is like graduation, and then Srimad Bhagavatam is post graduation, and Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita is like PhD, right? So these are the level we should understand. So Bhagavad Gita is the preliminary study to understand the Srimad Bhagavatam. So I hope everyone is in touch with Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and every day try to read from Bhagavad Gita. That also systematically, or wherever you have reached, you should continue that. And this also will continue Bhagavatam. So, but Bhagavad Gita every day at least we should read something. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has given some instructions, right? And it is like what is there in Bhagavad Gita? We have just understand that who are we, right? We are not this body, we are the soul. From the beginning, from second chapter, when Krishna started speaking, Krishna started, and he directly get it into this philosophy, right? That we are not this body, we are the soul. So there we understand that what is our real identity, correct? So Bhagavad Gita is where we are understanding our real identity, and then slowly there are 5 subject matters which we have understood from Bhagavad Gita. What are those 5 subject matters? Can anybody tell here? Hare Krishna.
One is Jiva, right? Jiva.
Yes. So one I already told, right? Jiva, like our identity, what we are soul, right? So that Jiva is in Sanskrit we call it Jiva, right? Yeah. What else? Yes, Haritam.
We have to work without expecting any results, Prabhuji. That is the.
No, Mataji, I'm asking about 5 subject matters. So this is, definitely, this is one of the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. But what subject matters means, like we have understood 5 in all. In Bhagavad Gita, there are 5 subject matters.
Prabhu, superior nature, inferior nature, and all, like
Okay.
body, superior nature, inferior nature. I forgot actually something.
Okay. So that is also
Another
there.
one is Prakriti.
Atma, Paramatma.
Yeah. Yes. So
Jiva, Prakriti.
yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Prakriti is also another subject.
Yes.
Nature.
Yes, Prabhuji. So these are the questions also in our Vriksha ceremony questions. So try to be serious on those things. Actually, we have to be very clear in these few things. These are very preliminary and very basic things. So basically, first we have read about, or we have understood about the jiva, right? So jiva, from basically soul, ourself, right? So that we have discussed in the Bhagavad Gita. That is one subject matter. Then another one, Mataji, Bandali Mataji has said that so Paramatma, right? Super soul. So Ishvara, basically, right? So Jiva, Ishvara, and then Avinash Prabhu says Prakriti, right? So these, or nature, right? So Jiva, Prakriti, Ishvara, and one more. What is that? Fourth one? Kal, time, right? Kalo is me. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord is saying, right? I am the Kal, right? I am this time factor, right? So Kal, basically, we have understood about the time. Right? Kal. How many? 4 we have? Jiva, Prakriti, Ishvara, Kal, and what else?
Maya, Prabhu.
What is that, Mataji?
Maya.
Maya, no, Maya is another Lord's energy, and it's like Prakriti. So it comes under Prakriti.
It was some 21 elements or subjects which are the knowledge.
No, yeah, that one, karma. But you're saying that we should not basically that comes in the karma, right? When we are understanding the chapter karma and action in Krishna consciousness. So karma is also we have understood very elaborately, right? So Kal start with the Jiva or start with the Ishwar. Ishwara, Jiva, Prakriti, Kal, karma, and Kal and karma, right? So all these 5 things we have, it's there in the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is comprises of all these 5 things. If we'll divide all the chapters, so these 5 categories only you will get. I mean, all the 18 chapters you can fit it into out of these 5 subject matters. So that is so. And starting from Jiva, Lord gave the idea of Jiva, right? Then about karma, and then it will then slowly he has revealed about Ishvara, Paramatma, right? And then Prakriti, the nature, right? In chapter number, but yeah, in the Bhagavad Gita there are certain chapters for this Prakriti and then Kal, right? So these things we have understood, and what is the end result, or what is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita from Bhagavad Gita as it is? What is that conclusion? What is the last or the shloka what Lord has spoken? Or what is the crux of Bhagavad Gita? What do you understand from Bhagavad Gita? What we should do?
A path to attain Lord Sri Krishna and how to live.
One by one, Prabhuji, yeah, Mataji, you can.
So I was saying, Prabhu, that how to live this life here and also how to attain Godhead. And in that also, he did the different, one is Bhakti Yoga, one is Karma Yoga, one is Jnana Yoga. So living in the human form, how to attain God, and by following the various practices which have been taught in the 7th, 8th, 9th chapters. And out of that, Bhakti Yoga is the important thing which he explains in the Gita.
The middle 6 chapters, yeah.
Yes.
So in the middle 6 chapters, so yeah, that also very nice one Mataji has brought it. So in all, in general, all the 18 chapters are divided in 3 sections, right? So Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. So basically, the Bhakti Yoga Lord has kept in between to protect from karma and jnana, right? So middle 6 chapters are very much important, and there are so many shlokas and so many nice, so many basically the instruction, very important instruction for progressing in our bhakti, right? Lord has given. So those are the bhakti yoga and things. So for executing bhakti, as Mataji was saying, anyone has any other input? What is the shloka? What Lord is saying to do to regarding dharma and karma or whatever other dharmas?
Prabhu, Dhamma Samsthapanardaya Sambhavami Yuge Yuge.
Okay, that is that Lord his in that shloka Lord is saying about his purpose of coming to the material world. So, but
Prabhuji, it is Savdhan Paritachya.
yes,
Mamekam Sharanagati.
yes, yeah. So Mataji got it right now. So that is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Whenever whoever is asking from us about Bhagavad Gita or the conclusion of Bhagavad, or if they are asking you that have you read Bhagavad Gita? And you're saying, yeah, I have read. And even if when we are distributing Bhagavad Gita and we are asking many people to take it, they say, yeah, I read also. So we should ask, what is the conclusion? And many philosophers, many Gyanis or Karmis or other things, so they are saying something. But as a Bhakti yogi, right, as a devotee of Krishna, as a follower of Srila Prabhupada, what we should say, this is the conclusion, what just Mataji quoted. Prabhuji, can you show that shloka from Bhagavad Gita and just go and open the Bhagavad Gita. So that is 1866. So Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshasami Masucha. So that is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. And what is that? Sarva Dharman Parityajya. So we should abandon all varieties of religion, all dharmas, whatever we are carrying. We are carrying so many dharmas, or we are executing this dharma, that dharma, right? Desh dharma, or our pati dharma, or patni dharma, or whatever dharma, right? We are following so many dharmas. But what Krishna is saying, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam. And surrender unto me only, right? So we should not go anywhere here and there, right? We are not criticizing any devta or demigod, but Krishna himself is saying what we should do, right? And all dharma, whatever, Hindu dharma, this dharma, that dharma, whatever dharmas what we have created, man-made dharmas, we should not follow that. We should follow what Krishna is saying. Sarva dharman parityajya maham ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papyo. When we will take the shelter of Lord, then only we will be this Pro 66, abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear, right? So there is no need of fear, anything. God is giving assurance. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. So whatever sinful activities we have done in past, He will deliver us, right? So we should just do what? Just surrender unto me. So just memorize this shloka and we try to quote this shloka whenever we are saying. And how we can do this? Like surrender. How we can do surrender? In chapter 9, Lord is saying, Man mana bhav mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskaru. Right? Mam evashyasi satyam te prati jane priyosi me. Man mana bhav mad bhakto. So we should engage our mind, our senses, everything in thoughts of Krishna. In like last time we have discussed from Bhagvatam, right? One beautiful shloka series of qualities of Amrish Maharaj, right? What he was doing, Save Mana Krishna Padar Vindayo, right? His mind is always fixed in the lotus feet of Krishna, right? So that is the surrender. So when we are, how we can surrender in practical life, right? That should be the next question. When we are saying this conclusion from Bhagavad Gita that Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam Sharanam, right? We should take the shelter of Lord Krishna. How we can take the shelter? When we are always thinking of Lord Krishna. Man mana bhav mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru. And what all things we should do, that also Lord is saying in that. We should pay obeisances to Him. We should offer some fruits, leaves, right? And we should offer the arti to Lord. And then Man mana bhav mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru.
We should chant, Prabhu.
Sorry, Mataji?
Should chant.
Yes, Mataji. That's very nice way to remember Lord always, right? So that is the thing. And 934 is this shloka. Manmana bhav bhakto madhyaji mam namaskaru. Mam evashyasi yuktam atmanam mat prayana. Actually, Bhagavan has said 2 times this shloka. So there is initial Man Mana Bhav Mad Bhakto is there at two places. 1865 is also, and 1934. So because that is very important. Yeah, Man Mana Bhav Mad Bhakto Mad Yaji Mam Namaskuru Mam Evashyasi Satyam Te Pratijana Priyosine. This is in 18th shloka, 18th chapter, 65 shloka, and in the 9th chapter also there is Man Mana Bhav Mad Bhakto Mad Yaji Mam Namaskuru. So this first line is in both the 9th chapter and 8th, and next next line is different in 9th chapter. Mam evashyasi yuktam yuktevam atmanam mat parayana. But Lord is giving, he's giving the same crux here also, right? Mam evashyasi satyam te pratijane priyosime. Here he is saying, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this, because you are my dear friend. So this is the promise again from Lord Krishna to Arjuna, right? And definitely for us also, if we will become his friend, his devotee, right? So he is also assuring for us also, if we'll follow this. And in the 934 also, Lord is saying, engage your mind always in thinking of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me, and worship me, being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. So again, he is assuring that you will come to me, right? So that's why this is very much important shloka. Prabhupada has quoted so many times this shloka in his lectures. Right? So these are the things basically we should carry from Bhagavad-Gita. Right, this is, if we are very much focused or very much understood this, then we are eligible to go ahead with Srimad Bhagavatam. So we should understand that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? He is the person and he is the Supreme, right? This is the eligibility for us to understand Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad-Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam also, right? So when we understood this, and when we understood our who are we, our who is Krishna, who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is Ishvara, and what is the relationship between Jiva and Ishvara, right? Soul and super soul. What is the relationship? We are the servant of the servant of the servant, right? We are the servant of Lord Krishna. We are not the Paramatma or Bhagwan. We are the servant of Bhagwan, right? So that Lord Chaitanya is saying, we are the okay, anyway. So that is that's what is that shloka? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, I mean that crux is like we are the servant of the Lord, not like many other philosophers or other people are saying that we will become the God or I am the God or those things. We are condemned, right? So we should be very clear that who are we, what is our position, what is the Krishna's position, and what is our relationship with Krishna, and then this understanding. When as soon as we understood this, and where the Srimad Bhagavatam ends, like Man Mana Bhav sorry, that 1866, what we have just discussed, that Sarva Dharman Parityaja. From there only Srimad Bhagavatam begins, right? When Bhagavad Gita is finished, or means Bhagavad Gita has given us this, that Sarva Dharman Parityaja Maam Ekam Sharanam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshashyami Ma Sucha. So at that point, Sarva Dharman Parityaja, we should abandon all varieties of religion and only surrender to the Krishna, and then only we can understand the Srimad Bhagavatam. Because Srimad Bhagavatam is what is the Srimad Bhagavatam? Srimad Bhagavatam. So in Bhagavad Gita we understood this our relationship, and then about the nature of Lord. What about the nature of Lord Krishna we understand from Bhagavatam, right? And what are his activities, what he has done, how he has created this universe, everything. Creation is there in Bhagavatam, and then there are so many incarnations of Lord Vishnu, so that also given. So Bhagavatam has everything in and around Lord, Supreme Personality of Lordhead, right? Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. So that we will understand his nature. We'll understand the Krishna's pastimes in 10th canto. But for Bhagavatam, we should, that is also is very much important, that we should understand it step by step. And even Vyasdev has compiled it very nicely, Bhagavatam, so that we can slowly understand, we can establish again, we can establish our sambandha from beginning. There will be sambandha, abhidaya, and prayojan. These are the three things we have discussed in past also, right? There are the sambandha deities we have discussed, Radha Madan Mohanji and sambandha. Then abhidaya. Abhidaya means what is our goal, right? And then prayojan, how we will attain that. So Radha Govind Devji and Radha Govind Gopinathji, we have discussed these also in our previous sessions, right? So so these things will again come in the Bhagavatam and in detail, and we will understand our relationship, and we will more strongly will connect to the Lord's Lord, I mean, from the with the Lord's pastimes, Lord's all the incarnations, everything, right? So that way, Bhagavatam is called the Bhagavatam is what? The ripened fruit or the crest jewel of all the scriptures. Because when Vyasdev has written all the scriptures, still he was not satisfied. Means he has written Mahabharata, he has written so many Upanishads, many Puranas, right? But still he was not satisfied. So he was lamenting, and then Narad Muni, who is the spiritual master of Vyasdev, he came to him and he suggested him to glorify the Lord exclusively. So he has done in the past, like in Vishnu Puran and Garud Puran, he has given many pastimes of Lord Vishnu there also, but still in the Srimad Bhagavatam, he has given exclusive attention to the Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. So then once so that's what Narad Muni has suggested him to write Srimad Bhagavatam. And once he has done this Srimad Bhagavatam, he got satisfied completely. So that's why this shloka is again important, that abandon all varieties of religion. So we should not read Vedas or Upanishad or other things. We should not go behind that to read this. But what is the crux, or what is the thing which is giving the satisfaction to the owner itself? So who is writing those so many scriptures, to him also who is giving the satisfaction, this Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So when we are also reading Srimad Bhagavatam, we will also be satisfied with all these other things, right? We need not to run behind other for other scriptures or other things. So Srimad Bhagavatam is called the ripened fruit of all the scriptures, ripened fruit of that tree. Nigam kalpataru palitam, right? So it's a nigam kalpataru. So basically, that's what in other scriptures, in other Vedas, Upanishad, it is also coming from the Lord only, right? But it is given to the people to come to the mode of goodness. Because and even there are people in the mode of ignorance and mode of passion. So to bring them from mode of passion or a mode of ignorance to the mode of goodness, there are these scriptures, and many want these Vedas and other things are like karmakand things. Everything is there. If you will do this, you will get this. You will do this, you will get this, like that, right? So this is also, that is also important, and that is also required for certain class of people. But when we understood Bhagavad Gita, we understood this 1866 shloka, and when we understood that Krishna and basically the Bhakti Yoga is the prime focus of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, and that is what is the recommended by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for this age of Kali, right? Hare Krishna Mahamantra, means the Bhakti towards the Lord. So we should understand that we are not here to make some deal with the Lord, not some business, right? If I'll do this, give me that or that or this or that, right? Dehi. We are not in that asking mood, but we are in the serving mode, right? So this is the mode of Srimad Bhagavatam, that it's we can cultivate that service attitude, right? Service mode from Srimad Bhagavatam, and it is as I am saying that it is kalpataru. Nigam kalpata means basically it's a ripened fruit. When mango ripe very nicely, right? So that become very sweet, and when it is tested by the shuka means parrot, it becomes more tastier. So here in the case of Bhagavatam, Shukdev Goswami has tested this. Shukdev Goswami has basically recited this Srimad Bhagavatam to the Parikshit Maharaj, right? So when Shukdev Goswami has tested this, Shuk means parrot in Sanskrit. So when Shukdev Goswami has tested this Bhagavatam, so it becomes more sweeter, right? So Bhagavatam is anyway sweet, and when it is tested by Shukdev Goswami, it's become more sweeter. So that sweetest thing we are going to discuss, we are going to relish, right? So all are you excited for this Srimad Bhagavatam? Prabhuji, you can open that Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So,
Yeah, Prabhuji. Prabhuji,
yes.
From Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think you are asking. I think that is Jivere Swarup Hoy
Krishna Re Nityadas. Yes. Jivere Swarup Hoy Krishna Re Nityadas. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, right? What is the Jiv Swarup or Jiva's constitutional position? Nitya Krishna Das. Right? We are the eternal servant of the Lord Krishna. Jivere Swarup Hoy Krishna Re Nityadas. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is instructing us. So, okay, so we'll start. So this is the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. Srimad Bhagavatam, again I will say this comes in the 12 cantos, 12 skand. In Hindi it is called, or Sanskrit it is called skand, and there are 18 books. Okay, so this is first canto, Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. It is written here, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya of the International Society of Krishna Consciousness. And this is the dust cover. So in the dust cover also, this is the original cover, but this is dust cover, and here Prabhupada has given very nice description of the universe here. So let's read this also. Those who have books, they can open. In the online version, it is not there. So I'll just read, and then I will go to the next thing. So Srimad Bhagavatam, an epic, philosophical and literary classic, holds a prominent position in India's voluminous written wisdom. The timeless wisdom of India is expressed in the Vedas, ancient Sanskrit texts that touch upon all fields of human knowledge. Originally
Krishna, Prabhu.
preserved.
Prabhu, which one, Prabhu? Which?
It's not there, Prabhu, in online thing.
Achha,
So
it's
when
on.
I'm reading from book. This
Okay,
just
Prabhu.
cover. Yeah.
Sure, Prabhu. Sure.
Let me read this only. Then we'll come to that what is there in the online thing. So, okay, originally preserved through oral tradition, the Vedas were first put into writing by Srila Vyasdev, the literary incarnation of God. Right? So, this is what all the Vedas, all the scriptures is written by the Vyasdev. Before that, it was in the only Shruti mode, right? It is heard by many, means from the oral reception only, right? Somebody is like Shukdev Goswami was saying, and Parishad Maharaj was hearing. So it is Shravanam and Kirtanam, right? Every time. After compiling the Vedas, Srila Vyasdev was inspired by the spiritual master to present their profound essence in the form of Srimad Bhagvatam, known as the ripened fruit of the tree of Vedic literature. Yeah. So this is what I was referring, that Srimad Bhagavatam is the ripened fruit of all the Vedic literature, all the scriptures, right? But whatever the scriptures Srila Vyasdev has given, but he has only it will come all everything in the Bhagavatam shloka by shloka only. The shlokas also it is given that it is ripened fruit, it is the crest jewel, right, of all the scriptures, everything. So Srimad Bhagavatam is the most complete and authoritative exposition of Vedic knowledge, right? So this is just the introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam given by Prabhupada in this dust cover, and then explanation of the back cover. Okay, so there is the back cover, right? So this some rounds. This year you can see the Krishnas. Okay, Prabhuji, you can unshare. I think for some time, then you can share. Just unshare. So this is what I was saying, that this is on the back side. We can see some nice picture. In center, Radha Krishna is standing, and here Lord Vishnu is sitting or lying right on the Garbhodak ocean, and first Mahavishnu is there, right, and then Garbhodakshay Vishnu is there, and from Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Lord Brahma is coming, and there are so many universes. So many universes, and all universes has one photo, means one predominated deity, Vishnu deity is also there. So this cover, right, all these things, Prabhupada has explained to their disciple, and they have designed these. They have only painted these very nice pictures, whatever we are seeing in the Bhagavad-Gita and Bhagavatam, and even this cover. So Prabhupada is explaining this cover. What is this cover? Basically, the original spiritual planet, which resembles the whole of a huge lotus flower, is called Goloka Vrindavan. It is the abode of Lord Krishna, the original personality of Godhead. So this is lotus flower, and this is the Goloka Vrindavan, where Lord Krishna is residing. This is the first one. And the second, the original planet Golok throws off a spiritual ray of effulgence called Brahma Jyoti, which is the ultimate goal of the impersonalist. So from Lord himself, from the Golok of Vrindavan only, but the effulgence, the rays is coming, right? That is called Brahma Jyoti. So Brahma Jyoti is also coming from the Lord Krishna's planet only, Lord Krishna's Golok Vrindavan, from Lord himself. The Brahma Jyoti is coming. That's what this Brahma Jyoti is, we can see, right? So this is Prabhupada is explaining that this is what the goal of impersonalist. So impersonal is also feature of Lord, but that is not everything. Lord is present in person, his personality, and from him this impersonal, which is his energy only, impersonal Brahma Jyoti, that is coming out, right? Within this unlimited Brahma Jyoti, there are unlimited numbers of spiritual planets, as there are innumerable material planets within the sun rays of the material universes. These spiritual planets are dominated by plenary expansion of Lord Krishna, and the inhabitants there are ever liberated living beings. So these, what I was saying, these planets, no? So these are the different planets. Within this Brahma Jyoti, there are unlimited number of spiritual planets, right? So this is what given third, and then Prabhupada is continuing in the last of page of this last cover. So let's just read this also so that it will be continuation. Continue from the front left. They are all four-handed. The Lord is known there as Narayan, and the planets are known as Vaikuntha. So we know the Vaikuntha planets, right? So these are the Vaikuntha planets. These all spiritual planets are the Vaikuntha planet. The Vaikuntha planet is also coming from Lord only. I mean, Lord Golaka Vrindavan is in center, and then Brahma Jyoti, and inside Brahma Jyoti there are so many spiritual planets. So, and each planet, each spiritual planet, there is one predominated deity called Narayan. And there are different names. It's given here. Shri Trivikrama, Shri Narayana, Shri Adhokshaja, Shri Madhusudana, Shri Madhva, Shri Aniruddha, Shri Hari, Shri Damodar, so many, right? So these are the name of those for that universe. That Vishnu form is the predominated deity. Sometimes a spiritual cloud overtakes a corner of the spiritual sky of Brahmajyoti, and the covered portion is called the Mahat Tattva. The Lord then, by his portion of Mahavishnu, lies down in the water within the Mahat Tattva. The water is called the causal ocean, Karna Jal. So this is where this is what I was saying, that Lord is sitting on the causal ocean, right? So this is what Prabhupada is mentioning. That is these spiritual cloud overtakes a corner of the spiritual sky of Brahmajyoti. So in the corner, this is Mahat Tattva here, and covered. The Lord then, by his portion as Mahavishnu, lies down in the water with the Mahat Tattva. The water is called causal ocean. As he sleeps within the causal ocean, innumerable universes are generated with his breathing. So from his breathing, there are so many these bubbles, right? So this is what so many universes are generated. So this is now creation, material creation. So these are the spiritual creation, what we are seeing outside here, right? Where Vishnu deities are there. These are the Vaikuntha, and this is topmost Golak Vrindavan, right? And then from at the end of Brahma Jyoti, where this basically the Mahat Tattva is what we can say the like how should I explain? It will come in the detail in Bhagavatam, but we can understand it like the borderline of spiritual planet and material planet is the Mahat Tattva, right? So there the Lord is sitting in the causal ocean, and there when he is breathing, there are so many innumerable universes are created. In each and every universe globe, the same Mahavishnu enters again as Garbhodakshay Vishnu and lies there on the Garbh ocean, on the serpentine Shesh incarnation. So from this, there is one small deities also, right? Vishnu deities, that is the Garbhodakshay Vishnu. And he is lying on the Sheshnag. From his navel, abdomen sprouts a lotus stem, and on the lotus Brahma, the Lord of the universe, is born. So Brahma creates all living beings of different shapes in terms of desires within the universe. He also creates the sun, moon, and other demigods. So now Brahma is creating all the material universe, right? So this is one universe. We are talking about our universe, right? This is what is given here. So many, you can see we are very minute thing, right? The sun is situated almost in the center of each and every universe, and it distributes profuse light and heat all over the universe. There are millions and billions of suns in all the millions and billions of universes within the Mahatattva. The suns and moons are required within the universes because they are dark by nature. The Vedas instruct us to go out of the dark universes and reach the glowing effulgence, the Brahmajyoti. The Brahmajyoti is due to the illuminating Vaikuntha planets, which needs no sun or moon or power of electricity. Srimad Bhagavatam help us reach the supreme planet Golok Vrindavan. The door is open for everyone. Human life is meant for this particular aim, for it is the highest perfection. This is, you understand? I mean, like, have I gone very fast or was it clear? So there are so many suns, each and every planet in this basically universes, material universes. But what is the aim? Basically, this is the we should understand. The Srimad Bhagavatam helps us. What Srimad Bhagavatam will help us, and why we are reading. Srimad Bhagavatam help us reach the supreme planet Golok Vrindavan. The door is open for everyone. Prabhupada is writing this. Human life is meant for this particular aim, for it is the highest perfection. That is the highest perfection. What is the highest perfection? To reach the Golok Vrindavan in this human life. Right? So with this mode, we should read Bhagavatam. So far, even there at the beginning only. Okay. So Srimad Bhagavatam, first all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, Srimad Bhagavatam of Krishna Dvaikayan Vyas. Krishna Swadhamopgate Dharma Jnana Dibhi Saha Kalo Nashta Drishyam Esha Puranarko Adhunodhita. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam 1, first canto, 3rd chapter, 43rd shloka, which Prabhupada has quoted in first page itself. So this was important shloka, this one. Then many other books written by Prabhupada is given on this other page. Next page, Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Krishna Bhagavatam. And then Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto is named as Creation. With the original Sanskrit text, its Roman transliteration, synopsis, translation, and elaborate purpose by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Right. Then it is coming. Prabhuji, now you can open that dedication. So, to Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, my spiritual master. So Prabhupada is writing this dedication. He is dedicating this book to his Guru Maharaj on the 26th annual ceremony of his disappearance day. He lives forever by his divine instruction, and the followers lives with him. This is what dedication Prabhupada is giving to his spiritual master. So he's giving all the credit to his spiritual master for writing this book, coming to the West and preaching to the Westerners, right? Spreading Krishna consciousness within. So, first canto we are beginning. It's Creation is the name, and there are in the introduction. Before going to the chapter 1, there is introduction, preface, forward, and then introduction. So, let's read preface today so that we can. Preface is from by Prabhupada only. So let's read this and then. Yeah. So somebody would like to read? Oh.
I will read, Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am.
We must know the present need of human society and what is that need. Human society is no longer bounded by geographical limits to particular countries or communities. Human society is broader than the Middle Ages, and the world tendency is toward one state or one human society. The ideals of spiritual communalism, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, are based more or less on the oneness of the entire human society, nay, of the energy of the living beings. The need is felt by great thinkers to make a successful ideology. Srimad Bhagavatam will fill this need in human society. It begins, therefore, with the aphorism of Vedanta philosophy, um, Jnana
Janmadi Yasyata.
Sutyata, to establish the ideal of a common cause.
Thank you,
Human,
Mati. Yeah, so Prabhupada is what Prabhupada is saying here, and we must know the present need. We must know the present need of human society. What is the present need of human society? Human society is no longer bounded by geographical limits to particular countries or communities. Human society is broader than the Middle Age, and the world tendencies towards one state or one human society. The ideal of spiritual communism, according to Srimad Bhagavatam, are based on more or less on the oneness of the entire human society. Right? So everyone, everywhere, everyone is talking about um, to become. I mean, to be togetherism or oneness or like that, right? I mean, everyone should be equal or those things. But we are seeing everywhere this United Nations. There are so many every year. There are so many flags are raising. Means we are not becoming one, but we are splitting in many nations, many different ideology or different groups, right? But here, Srimad Bhagavatam is the one thing which can bind us in one group. So this is why the need is Srimad Bhagavatam's need. That's what Prabhupada is saying. The human society need is this one. And it begins with this Vedanta philosophy. What is that? Janmadi Yasya Yata. First shloka, it will come, then we'll discuss more. Okay, somebody else can continue. Second paragraph.
Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Human society at the present moment is not in the darkness of oblivion. It has made rapid progress in the fields of material comforts, education, and economic development throughout the entire world. But there is a pinprick somewhere in the social body at large, and therefore there are large-scale quarrels, even over less important issues. There is need of a clue as to how humanity can become one in peace, friendship, and prosperity with a common cause. Srimad Bhagavatam will fill this need, for it is a cultural presentation of the for the re-spiritualization of the human society. Should I continue, Prabhuji?
Thank you, Mataji. Somebody else can continue.
Srimad Bhagavatam should be introduced also in the schools and colleges, where it is recommended by the great student devotee Prahlad Maharaj in order to change the demoniac face of society. Disparity in human society is due to lack. Should I read
Yes,
this shloka?
No problem, Prabhu. I'll read. Kumar Acharit Prajnu Dharman Bhagvatan Iya Durlabham Manushya Janma Tad Api Adhruvam Arthadam. Yes, Prabhu. So this is from Bhagavatam again, right? 7th canto, 6th chapter and first shloka. This is recited by Shri Prahlad Maharaj to his friends in school, right? So he is saying, Komar Acharit Pragyo, means Kumar, the age of 5 itself is very we should start this about the reading the scriptures and about the talks of Lord, right? Understanding about ourselves, understanding about the Lord, and understanding about our relationship with the Lord from the age of 5 only. That's what Prahlad Maharaj is teaching to his friends. Okay, Prabhu, you can continue.
Okay, Prabhu. Disparity in human society is due to lack of principles in godless civilization. There is God or the Almighty One, from whom everything emanates, by whom everything is maintained, and in whom everything is merged to rest. Material science has tried to find the ultimate source of creation very insufficiently, but it is a fact that there is one ultimate source of everything that be. The ultimate source is explained rationally and authoritatively in the beautiful Bhagavatam or Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank you, Prabhu. So we can continue. Somebody else can continue. Anywhere, if you have some doubt or something, we can discuss.
I'll read, Prabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam is a transcendental science not only for knowing the ultimate
Let
source
others
of
read
everything.
too. Let's give chance to everyone. So,
Yeah,
somebody
Prabhu,
else.
I'll continue, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, so Srimad Bhagavatam is the transcendental science not only for knowing the ultimate source of everything, but also for knowing our relation with Him and our duty toward perfection of the human society on the basis of this perfect knowledge. It is powerful reading matter in the Sanskrit language, and it is now rendered into English elaborately, so that simply by a careful reading one will know God perfectly well. So much so that the reader will be sufficiently educated to defend himself from the onslaught of atheists. Over and above this, the reader will be able to convert others to accepting God as a concrete principle. Srimad Prabhu, shall I continue?
Mataji can read too.
Yeah.
Then,
Srimad Bhagavatam begins with the definition of the ultimate source. It is a bona fide commentary on the Vedanta Sutra by the same author, Srila Vyasadeva. And gradually it develops into 9 cantos up to the highest state of God realization. The only qualification one needs to study this great book of transcendental knowledge is to proceed step by step cautiously and not jump forward haphazardly as with an ordinary book. It should be gone through chapter by chapter, one after another. The reading matter is so arranged with the original text, Sanskrit text, its English transliteration, synonyms, translation, and purport, so that one is sure to become a God-realized soul at the end of finishing the first 9 cantos.
very good. So, very nicely, see, Prabhupada is writing this, and he is instructing how we should read about the, how we should go ahead about the reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, right? So everyone is clear here. We are not supposed to jump to directly to the 10th canto, basically where the Lord pastime is given. Lord's Vrindavan pastime, basically very confidential pastime. So before that 10th canto, there are 9 cantos, right? So why 9 cantos are very much important, that will also come. And here Prabhupada is saying that many people are jumping directly to the 10th canto, and they are just starting Krishna Leela or the Vrindavan Leela pastime of Krishna with gopis, and they are imitating those things. But before that, we should understand, we should become a God-realized soul at the end of finishing the first 9 cantos. First 9 cantos are very much important, and that's why Prabhupada is saying, one chapter by chapter, one after another, we should go, right? We should read. That's the process for Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, so the 10th canto is, yeah. So somebody else can continue.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The 10th canto is distinct from the first 9 cantos because it deals directly with the transcendental activities of the personality of God. One will be unable to capture the effects of 10th canto without going through the first 9 cantos. The book is complete in 12 cantos, each independent, but it is good for all to read in small installments on a
Thank you, Dhruv.
select.
Yeah, Amrish Prabhu or Harita Mati, Bhandali Mati, you can read one by one. Everyone should get involved. So that's the idea. Yes, Mati, I must admit from
I must admit
Right.
from
Harita Mati, you can read, then Bhandali Mati next. You can read.
I must admit from for it. What is this from?
Frailties,
For
my
eloquence
friend.
in presenting Srimad Bhagavatam, but still I am hopeful of its good reception by the thinkers and leaders of society on the strength of following the statement of Srimad Bhagavatam. The shloka.
5 to 11. Okay, Mati, you can read the
On the
meaning.
other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, form, and pastimes of the ultimate Supreme Lord is the transcendental creation meant for bringing about the revolution in the impious life of the misdirected civilization. Such transcendental literature, even though irregularly composed, is heard, sung, and accepted by purified men who are
Thoroughly.
thoroughly honest.
Om Tat Sat, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Yeah. So this is what Prabhupada is giving here, that this is again shloka from Bhagavatam itself. On the other hand, that literature which is full of description of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, form, and pastime of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a transcendental creation, meant for bringing about a revolution in the impious life of a misdirected civilization. So the shloka itself is saying, Tad Vag Visargo Jantagraha Viplavo. Tad Vag Vishrago Janatagra Viplavo. Yasmin Prati Shlokam Abdhavati Api. Namani Anantasya Yasho Anikitani Yach. Shranvanti Gayanti Granati Sadva. So this is what it is saying in this translation, that even if this kind of where the description of transcendental glories of the name, form, pastime of the Lord is recited or is written, that scriptures, even if it is not not composed nicely or not composed properly, not written nicely also, but it is most accepted by the purified men who are thoroughly honest, because it has the name, form, pastime of the Supreme Lord Krishna, because it has. But Bhagavatam is itself is very complete, very nicely composed. But this shloka is saying that even if like we are saying, sometimes we get opportunity to glorify our spiritual master, or in the on the appearance day of Srila Prabhupada, we are asking everyone to write their homage, right? Their basically thanks to the Prabhupada. So, but we think that we are very much unqualified, what we should write to him, or right. So here talking about the Lord, but I'm connecting it to Lord and Lord's devotees. So even if we are not able to write it nicely, or not able to glorify nicely, but if it is about, it becomes nice in itself. It's not we need not to have that much qualification, right? Whatever we have, or whatever with honesty we are writing, that becomes very nice, right? It becomes very nice composition. So that is why Srimad Bhagavatam has, because Srimad Bhagavatam has all the things, all the transcendental glories about the name, form, and pastimes of Lord Krishna. That's why it is very much accepted by the people in general, and purified men, purified basically all the sadhus, all the honest persons, right? Prabhupada is writing here, so everyone is accepting it. So with this, I think today we will conclude this only, and then we'll start from the forward and introduction. The introduction is again very big. There are so many things. There will be pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also in the introduction. So we'll read it because we wanted to read one by one, page by page, everything. And there are 8 shlokas, like Shiksha Ashtakam shlokas, meaning also in the end of this introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam. So very nicely Prabhupada has introduced Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this Bhagavatam, beginning of the Bhagavatam, in the introduction section itself. So who is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what his teachings, and what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also used to do in his Leela. He was also reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day with his close associates, right? So everything is given in the introduction, so that we will continue from next session, right, after forward. And this you will able to read it from also something. Yeah, please read it. It will be nice if we can read, and then we can discuss, right? We can have some questions, we can ask, and we can also put up our points, whatever we understood. Yes. So that is very nice. So hope it was. Hope you understood. I mean, few things. I know it's difficult online, and I was going with the past also. And everyone don't have books, but if you have book, you'll relish it. I mean, you will see it, you will read it. So many things you will understand. It's understanding for me and for you, everyone. But you would like to. How was it? You liked it, Srimad Bhagavatam beginning?
Yes,
Was
Prabhuji,
it?
it was very, very blissful. Very nice session.
Thank you, Mataji.
Very surprised, Prabhuji, that so much has been explained on the cover page. Normally, we just ignore the cover page and we just go inside the book. So it was really nice.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. You are really, I mean, this is what appreciation to the Srila Prabhupada. That's why Prabhupada has given his book, and even in one page, even if one line also, if somebody will read, he will start his Krishna consciousness. That's what Prabhupada's idea. Even if somebody will read even one line or one page, whatever, right, from his book, he will start his Krishna consciousness. Not in this life or next life, he can continue like that. I mean, so that is what the purpose, and that is what Prabhupada has given so many things. Yes,
Prabhu,
Prabhu.
we'll have these sessions every week from now.
Yes, Prabhu.
Bhagavatam session. Okay.
I hope you will join. You will be able to.
Yes,
Sure, Prabhu,
Prabhu,
sure.
join.
I'll join.
Thank you,
If
Prabhu.
I
You can
skip also, watch the video, Prabhu. If I skip also, you watch the video.
Yes, Prabhuji. Deeparaj Prabhu, you were saying something? I missed it.
Nothing, Prabhu. I'm saying like if I skip also, I'll watch the video later. That's
Okay, okay. But yeah, we'll try to record it also.
Deepak Prabhu,
Yes, Mataji.
you said it's Sukhdev Goswami has recited to whom, Prabhu? I have to write it down.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Okay.
So we know, right? Parikshit Maharaj, who is Parikshit Maharaj? Okay. So I have talked about pages. What is written? Now I will show one picture. That is first picture. I forgot to show this. What is happening here?
Okay.
This is famous picture. When
Yes,
you are
yes.
studying Bhagavatam, yeah. So this picture you will see in Srimad Bhagavatam. So who is sitting here? This is sorry, that's right. In blue, this is Shukdev Goswami on the Vyasasana, right? And
Okay.
he is the Parikshit Maharaj.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay.
So when Parikshit Maharaj was in his last stage, right? He got the curse and then he was supposed to die in 7 days. So what he did, he was emperor, right? He is the king. He was the king, but he left everything as soon as he get to know that I have only 7 days. After 7 days, I will die. And what he did, he just approached the sages. And the many sages are here, right, sitting. And he was asking, even Narad Muni, Vyasdev, everyone is sitting here. He was asking, what should my duty at this stage when I am verge of death? I'm at the verge of death. So, and that time only, Shukdev Goswami was passing by there and he approached him and Shukdev Goswami, he requested him to recite Srimad Bhagavatam. So, he suggested him to listen the glories of exclusive glories or exclusive pastime, name, fame, quality pastime of Lord Krishna. Then Sukdev Goswami started this recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam to Parikshit Maharaj. And in 7 days, without moving from that place, Naimisharana is the place in the India, right? Naimisharana is still, that place is there in India, north side, somewhere in UP, I think, or Uttarakhand, that side. So this Naimisharana is the place where all the sages were sitting and Shukdev Goswami was reciting Srimad Bhagavatam to the Parikshit Maharaj. And all the other sages are also listening. And without eating anything, without moving, without drinking anything, he is just drinking the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. And Shukdev Goswami was also reciting without moving an inch from that place. So full 7 days, Srimad Bhagavatam was continuously, Shravanam and Kirtanam was going on of Srimad Bhagavatam for 7 days for the Parikshit Maharaj. So that's what the beauty of this Srimad Bhagavatam, that once we start, we'll relish it so much that we won't be able to move it. We don't want it to close the book. We don't want it to, but we have so many other things also, and definitely it's very practically it's not possible, but yeah, we should have at least that intense desire like Parikshit Maharaj, right? So Parikshit Maharaj was not having anything, not even drinking water, and but just he is drinking the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. So that mode, at least we should have at least an inch of that. That yeah, whenever we are hearing, whenever we are reading, we should be very sincerely read and hear Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji, for this. Yeah, I missed this, so thank you for reminding me to explain about this Srimad Bhagavatam importance and Parikshit Maharaj and Sukdev Goswami's person. Okay, so everything will come. Actually, whatever we are discussing now, also it will come in the Bhagavatam. So everything, whatever we are speaking, we are speaking from Srimad Bhagavatam itself. Srimad Bhagavatam himself is saying this. It will come slowly in the various chapters. That it is Nigam Kalpataru. It's and then Shukdev Goswami Parikshit Maharaj story. Everything will come. It starts in the second canto actually. The first canto. Shukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. So last that curse, everything that will come in the last chapter, and then from second canto, actual recitation from Shukdev Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj will start. So in the first canto, and yeah, one thing I just wanted to start with that whatever Prabhupada in Prabhupada's term, I was listening to His Holiness Radhana Swami Maharaj was saying about the importance of Srimad Bhagavatam. In terms of Prabhupada, Prabhupada was quoting this, that whatever he wanted to give to his followers, he has given in Srimad Bhagavatam first canto. First canto is very much important, and in the translation and the purport, Prabhupada has given everything what is required for continue or to progress in Krishna consciousness, for a devotee or for a follower or for a even neophyte, new beginners. Everything Prabhupada has given in the Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam first canto itself. So that's how it is very powerful, Srimad Bhagavatam first canto. And we'll see this from the first verse itself. First verse purport, what Prabhupada has written is of how many pages? It's very big. We'll have to sit for, I think, 4 or 5 sessions for completing that one purport itself. It's very big. Elaborately, Prabhupada has given, even in first shloka. So, yeah, definitely, it has so much nectar, so much nectar. When we are hearing from any senior devotees like Sudhir Gopal Prabhu, when he is reciting, and Srimad Bhagavatam is like we should sing it. There are shlokas in meters, very nicely. I will also try to learn to memorize, to recite basically in that meter, and I will try. When we can repeat it, when we can understand it, this meter, and we can recite it, because it's a song. It's like very nicely melodious song when we will recite it. Okay, so there are so many things actually. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. We are looking forward.
So, okay, dear devotees, we'll pause here. We'll continue our discussion next week. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Krishna.